O you believers, Allah Azza wa Jalla tells us, without a doubt, I, myself, my ego, that force and power, I forgave itself to be forceful and to be powerful and forbid it. And Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what were his last words? His last words were his last sohbet speech, and the last words in his speech to everyone were, O you believers, and especially O you men, treat your wives and your slaves, your servants, your co-workers and your people that are employed to you, are working under you. Treat them well and not bad, and without any force, without any abuse, without any unfairness, or don't mistreat them and don't use force on them. Treat them mildly, because they are working under you and they are weak and you are strong. And the strong ones shouldn't show their strength visibly to the weak, because it's easy for a strong one, someone who's got to abuse his strength on weak people. That's not hard work, and it's not that hard even. And Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is the one as created, was sent as an ocean of mercy and all-powerful mercy. And what did he say? From whom did he actually tell it from? He said, everything I told you is from my Lord, and is never from me, my own. And in the name of the most merciful, he held a very merciful speech, and his wasiyah, his legacy, was that especially the women and the co-workers that are a part of your work or are working underneath you, to treat them well. Those were his last words and his recommendation. The weak ones, treat them well and don't abuse their weakness. And our Grand Sheikh said, in the time of the Great War, where everything will be destroyed and all evil will vanquish, the men, most of the dead one, even among the believers, will be men, because mistreated their wives, their co-workers, or those working underneath them, their people, or even as a government official, because they all mistreated their people and abused their weakness and for their own gain, and they will be punished, and especially men. Without a doubt, it is written that the most people who are in hell will be female. But everything can change, he said. And as it seems, as it looks like, in our century, the way men are behaving themselves, most of the people of hell will be men, and all females will go with the mercy and grace and divine understanding because they have 9 times more of an ego and still tried and put in effort, and men only had 1 ego and didn't put in any effort, and they didn't have any ear or any feeling, and everybody of them will be going straight to hell, and the females are going to go to paradise otherwise. But she's not a man, only females among us. That doesn't any fun. How can we send someone to work and nag and talk a lot to? It's not fun anymore. And they will advocate for their husbands, and because of the advocacy of the females, those men from hell will be going back into paradise, and then the men will be full of regret, and that is only for you to understand in a better way. We are living in times, and bad times, where the men lost their being male and their generosity and greatness and left it all to the females, and the ladies are suffering underneath it, and that's why the men will be punished for that. And Allah the Lord says, I forbid myself force and violence. I forbade it myself, and that's why He is called the most merciful, the most forgiving. And us men, we should look to improve ourselves, and no injustice or violence should be done to anybody, or that at least as it is for all of humanity. Everybody that think they are strong, and then they use their strength towards their weak ones, and they make them suffer. And may Allah prevent it all happening to us, and that we shall be the ones who are most merciful and those who are being guided correctly.